In the bustling town of Umuaka, there lived a boy named Chidi. He was poor, so poor that his slippers were made from old tires his mother had cut and tied with twine. His father was a struggling carpenter who earned just enough to feed the family. And sometimes, not even that. But Chidi had something money couldn't buy. He had big dreams. He believed that one day, he would rise above his circumstances and change his family story. Every morning, Chidi walked to St. Mary's Academy, the most prestigious school in town. He was there not because his family could afford it, but because he had won a scholarship through sheer brilliance. His classmates, on the other hand, arrived in shiny cars, wearing polished shoes and crisp uniforms that smelled of luxury. Among them were his closest friends, Kamsi, Ife, and Nonso. They were rich, carefree, and kind-hearted, but sometimes they didn't understand what it meant to go to bed hungry. "Chidi, why don't you ever come with us to the cafe after class?" Kamsi would ask, sipping a cold soda. Chidi would smile, hiding his embarrassment. "I have chores to do at home," he'd say, even though the truth was that he had no money for snacks. One day, the class was asked to bring a project that showed creativity and hard work. Many students brought expensive models and gadgets made by hired craftsmen. Chidi, with no money, used leftover wood from his father's shop to carve a small windmill. It was rough, uneven, but it worked. On the day of presentation, everyone laughed when he brought it in. "That thing looks like it will fall apart any second." Someone sneered, but when Chidi placed it under the fan, the tiny blade spun fast, lighting up a small bulb connected to it. The room fell silent. Even the teacher was amazed. "Who helped you build this?" she asked. "My father taught me how to use wood," Chidi replied proudly. "I just added the idea." The teacher smiled warmly. "Chidi, this is brilliant. You've shown true creativity." That moment changed everything. His rich friends realized that wealth wasn't about what you owned, it was about what you could create, even with little. Years later, Chidi grew up to become an engineer. He designed wind power generators for rural villages across Nigeria. When he returned to Umuaka as a successful man, he didn't forget his friends or his humble roots. He built a small workshop for his father, giving light to people who once lived in darkness, repaired the school's broken roof, and started a foundation to help poor but talented students like he once was. And every evening, when the windmill spun gently in the breeze, people remembered the boy who had once made light out of scraps. Moral: true wealth is not measured by what you have, but by what you can do with what you have. For more videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and comment.